On Saturday, Eric and I went down to Hollywood to interview writers and artists participating in the Zine Melt at Meltdown Comics and Collectibles. I hope you enjoy.
Hello, Boredom Breakers. I'm here at Zine Melt in Hollywood with Sandra, and Sandra is one of the artists and writers here showing her work. Sandra, can you tell us a little bit about what a zine is and how you got into the field?
Well, a zine at its core is just a self-published magazine, but the reason zines are different from other publications is that I think they really encourage everyone to explore their artistic side and produce and publish and show it to people and share their art with the world.
The medium of zines and graphic literature, comic books, people tend to think that it's a more male-dominated medium and world. Do you feel like that's changing and that women are playing a more important role in that medium?
Absolutely. I think one of the reasons I got into comics to begin with was that women have been involved in the independent underground comic scene since, the 60s and 70s, and so there actually is a community of women there now that I can work with and get involved with. I think it's actually much less so for other areas of media in the United States. If you look at filmmaking, there's almost no female directors out there who are getting any kind of recognition. There's a lot of women working in the film industry who are stuck and not able to move forward. But comics have been really welcoming, and it really just seems like a place that women feel comfortable, and there's a big community there for women. So,
Amanda, you are co-founder and co-publisher of Devastator. Can you tell us a little bit about your imprint?
Yes, the Devastator and Devastator Press is a all-comedy publisher. We're actually the only all-comedy publisher in America. There are lots of places that do humor, but they also do cookbooks and Sudoku puzzles. We only do humor stuff in comics and in prose. Historically, it's been kind of a boys' club, especially like in print. And I feel like that's more of a 20th century thing because my experience so far, I've been a professional writer for over 10 years, Jeffrey for over 15, is that, we're kind of like almost half female. In fact, the Devastator's staff is half female, half male. And that includes me. It's like right down the middle. We have 3 female editors, 3 male editors, a comics editor, and Jeffrey and I. I think it informs our work. I think we have a much more balanced point of view when we satirize stuff, because that's what we do, is satire. When you go into indie comics, when you go into zines, it's, you go out there, it's half female, half male. Like, it's much more representational of real life.
With Sarah Bitely, the author of Pimp Killa, do you ever feel a little shy or awkward telling people that you write comic books as a woman, or is this something that you take a lot of pride in?
Oh, I love it. I love telling people I write comics. This is the last thing they expect. And so I don't know. It's just really funny to see their face. They're like, "What? You write comic books?"
Speaking of being a labor of love, what do you think some of the difficulties are of getting your work out there to the public?
I don't think it's that difficult. Like going to events like this and just finding, conventions and zine festivals, anything with independent, like organizations, that will have you and, promote it and have everyone come. So it's cool. And I think that's honestly my biggest thing, how I get it out to the public, and then also like, social media and stuff. But
what got you into the medium of putting out zines?
I actually had a Canadian pen pal when I was younger, and he started doing zines and started mailing them to me. So we'd mail back and forth zines and mixtapes. So that's how I was introduced to the world of zines. And then I started doing them myself. My friend passed away a couple years ago, and I got really inspired to do self-published stuff, because usually I'm doing screen and TV writing, and it takes a really long time for those things to get made. But zines, they're made like that.
Where do you see the female voice in zines and struggling for that fight?
Well, like I was saying earlier about the creative freedom, I think zines are really appealing to POC and minority groups and queer writers and artists. So women definitely fall into that category just because you can make and share anything. And zines, since they're alternative, can reach niche audiences. So I feel like a lot of people like myself put more personal experiences into them to kind of provide different voices and different life experiences to share with other people who might have similar life experiences or similar voices.
Can you tell us a time when you were most proud of your work in zines?
I was selling zines at the West Hollywood Book Fair. This is the first time I ever sold zines in a place not the internet. And one of my first zines was called To Lose Someone, which is a zine about grief. It sounds very depressing and it looks kind of depressing, but it's supposed to be uplifting and happy and cute. And I sold one to somebody just walking by the library, which is where the book fair was happening. And he read it at the table, which I didn't really mind, it's really short, and then bought it and then said that he just lost his mother and it was like perfect, and that really made my day.
We have had a fantastic day here at Zine Melt down at Meltdown Comics. Met some great artists and writers, seen some amazing zines. Hopefully you guys will check them out. I certainly am going to. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm Eric Morago. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube and like this video. Share it with your friends, your family, your enemies, anyone you want, but just share it. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. See ya.